Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Kelly. Welcome to Be in the Change. I'm gonna get started by reciting my inspiration. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, which most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. I'd like to say welcome to everybody who's watching me for the first time, and welcome back and thank you to everybody who's been following me on this journey, where I stated in 2019 as my New Year's resolution that I was breaking up with fear, I was breaking up with shame, and I was breaking up with guilt, followed by a weekly video every week for an entire year, which I was able to do. And fear, shame, and guilt, I was reporting back, it was not breaking up with me. It's a stalker. And in 2020, it was to be kinder and more compassionate to myself and others, which I'm still working on. And 2021 was to break up with processed sugar. And that was a rocky breakup. I did good until like November, and I started having sugar. My whole face broke out. I was having horrible side effects. You guys, I am so connected to myself that I cannot be unconnected. I feel things immediately, like my body. And the fact that I was off of sugar for 11 months and then went back on it, my face broke out so bad. It is still breaking out, and I haven't had sugar since, I have the date written down. I don't have the exact date in my mind. But also, my ears started to itch, my nose runs constantly. I start, when I go to the bathroom, I keep going even when I stop. So like, these are all side effects of sugar. And because I have chronic pain with my neck and my back, my spine was killing me. So it was so bad that I now realize, like, I am allergic to sugar. And I think part of my process has been ignoring things. I just pretend like things aren't happening until they get so big and so loud that I can't ignore them. And that's what has happened to me for most of my life. I avoid anything that's uncomfortable until I can't avoid it anymore, and then it has to come at me. And that has happened with sugar with me. And I am like Buddy the Elf. Like, sugar was my first love. It's an addiction, and I miss it. And it's been a really hard breakup, but I am back off of processed sugar. I just found these things called Lara bars, and I swear I can abuse anything. They don't have processed sugar in them. They're like fruit. They're good, but I'm feeling like I better get a nutritionist, somebody who can help me with this, because left to my own devices with anything, I am not good on my own. I need help. I need support. And that is one thing that I've realized about myself. I am a great self-starter. Like, woohoo, woohoo. And then I go downhill. So I do much better in groups and around others. And I was sharing with you guys last week that December 26th, through the grace of God, I was able to celebrate 32 years of sobriety, which is a miracle. And one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. And actually now it's one of the easiest things that I do, but all the other stuff of looking at myself, working on my life and trying to get better it's been a journey and a lifelong process, but it has led me to being able to speak to anybody about my life and be open. And one of the reasons why I'm able to do that is because I don't have a job. So I can't really get fired from what I'm doing for like talking about my life. But you guys, I was talking the past couple of weeks, I was having some depression and I'm still in it. And I keep thinking like I am gonna go talk to a therapist. I really need to, because I feel like I can't get myself out of this one. And I had a lot of shame around being depressed because, you're lazy and you need to just suck it up and you need to keep going. And this is the first time in my life that I can't get myself out of this. I'm just like really, really tired and I'm forcing myself to do things. And I go back and forth between when to honor myself and when to force myself to do it anyway. And that's the one thing that we're all taught, that I was taught, was not to listen to myself or my body. And as a result of ignoring that for most of my life, what happened to me is things had to get physical in order for me to see them. So at first, what happened for me was I was in a car accident in 2008, which led me to my first neck surgery. I was in so much pain. I could not stand up at all. I wanted to die. Like, it was so bad. So that was the initial time of I think I was being redirected by God at that point to start paying attention to my body. And, I was a hair colorist, hairdresser. I was on my feet all day. And, I learned you get fixed so you can go to work. You do this so you can bring in money. And, I did hairdressing and being a colorist for so long that I didn't know what I was going to do if I didn't do that. It became my identity. My identity was out of what I did and not who I am. So my identity was based on what my job was and how much money I made and how much I worked. And the more money you make and the more you work and what you do, that's who you are, right? That's how you have value. That's how value was placed on me, and that's how I placed value on myself. My worth, Michelle Simon Kelly's worth, was based on the almighty dollar. And that was the process of the undoing for me of when it started. It's now 2022. So as I'm doing this video is when this is coming out. So I'm now connecting that it only took me 22 minus 8, 13, 14 years. It only took me 14 years to realize I was being shifted into my vocation, which I still can't put a label on my vocation. And it's funny because my one girlfriend told me, what is a vocation? I didn't even know what a vocation was, but she said, you start off your life with jobs, and then you have a career, and then you go into your vocation. And your vocation is your soul's purpose. It is why we are here on this earth. What is my job from God? And I'm learning who I work for. I work for God. And I now know this, that He's my employer, and the almighty dollar is not how I identify myself right now, because I can't. I'm on Social Security disability. I don't work outside of the home right now. I do videos. I have a YouTube channel called This Is Your Sign where I read oracle cards, and I'm trying to get the message out to people about what I know. And I never realized all the things that I've been learning and that I know were leading me to my vocation and my soul's purpose. And so if you guys are wondering, what is your soul's purpose? What is your job from God? What are you really here to do? So I want to tell you, this is a huge question, and it might take you a week to answer. It might take you months to answer. It could take you a year to answer, or it could take you multiple of years to answer. So I'm on the fast track, only 14 years, by the way, for this one. What did you want or need that you wish you had? What did you want or need or wish that you had? And that is how you find your vocation. And for me, what I always wanted and needed, and it wasn't available, was I wanted to know what was normal. Could somebody just please tell me what is normal? And not normal to make me feel worse, but normal like when you have a baby. What do you expect? What are you supposed to do with the baby? How do you take care of a baby? I never needed to know what was normal for anything until I was in that situation. So what I always wanted somebody to tell me what was normal. So what I realized my vocation is to share with all of you what is normal for me. It doesn't mean I'm here because, I have the playbook, but I do have the playbook. I know what's going to happen before it happens. And one of the reasons why I know this is because I lived it. I lived it. And I can explain to you about being married. I can explain to you about being divorced. I can tell you what it's like to get sober and stay sober. I can tell you what it's like to be in an accident. I can tell you what it's like to be normal after you have neck surgery or back surgery. I can tell you what's normal for everything that I have experienced up until now. So trying to put that into a package, into something, is what I've been working on for the past couple of years, of how do I package this into a job. So that is my normal. So thank you to everybody who's watching me. Please stay tuned, stay safe. Happy New Year. P.S. My New Year's resolution this year is to have, and I don't want to have a resolution this year. I want to have an intention. And my intention for this year is to get what I do for a living clear for me. So if any of you guys have any ideas of what I'm supposed to do or how I'm supposed to be doing it, I am open, as long as you speak to me with love and kindness and compassion. Thank you so much. Stay tuned, stay safe, and I'll see you all next week.